Today we want to talk about fear of failure.
And how thinking like an entrepreneur can help you get past it.
Tips to be your best with the professor and Mary-Lynn for your big success.
Hi, I'm George Kruger, aka the Professor.
And I'm Mary-Lynn, aka Mary-Lynn.
I don't see how you can remember that, Mary-Lynn. How do you do it?
It was a lucky guess. So, fear of failure. There are a lot of fears out there, right?
Yes, there are. I mean, there's the fear of success.
Fear of heights.
Fear of spiders.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Boy, I find a lot of your fears, Mary-Lynn.
But, as we've alluded, the biggest fear of all is fear of failure.
Yeah, it just sticks you in place. And the reason is because we get so scared to try something that we do nothing. And when we do nothing, we know the result is going to be, we're actually doing something, by the way, we're going to get stuck in place.
Right. We don't want to be stuck because the gurus all say that we're supposed to fail forward.
Yes, fail forward. It sounds so great, doesn't it? And it's the right idea that we do want to learn from, our mistakes. We want to learn from those situations where we didn't achieve what we wanted to. But here's the thing about failing, no matter how we talk about it, it sucks. Failing sucks. Who wants to fail? We don't want to fail. Failing sucks emotionally. I mean, it may be that, you feel self-doubt, you feel embarrassed. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
It can drain you financially. It can cost you.
It can hurt you financially. So there's all kinds of reasons why entrepreneurs try to not think about failure, but try to find ways to minimize that loss.
And that's where the entrepreneurial mindset comes into play, because it helps you deal with fear of failure.
Yeah, and we got this idea from a great little book. It's by Michael Jordan called I Can't Accept Not Trying. Now, Michael Jordan, of course, is the best basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, we're from 100 miles south of Chicago, so we have to feel that way. But it's a great little book. You can see that it took me an hour to read it. You can probably read it in 15 minutes. But the thing is, we got this idea out of that, and that is that, and hopefully you can see this, that the fear of failure is something that drives, the general public. Whereas entrepreneurs are driven by that fear of not trying. And when that fear of not trying overcomes your fear of failure, it becomes greater than your fear of failure, you're ready to do something big. So always be on the lookout. Keep your eyes open for those opportunities where you can try something.
Yeah, because the one thing you don't want to do is to look back, on your life and say, oh, man, I wish I would have tried that.
Wish I'd have tried. And, you think about it. We can learn a lot about living from people who are dying. And there's a nurse named Bonnie Ware. She wrote this book called The Regrets of the Dying. And it really kind of resonated with us because she said that the number one regret of the dying, and I'll quote, she says, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. So this is what people in their dying days were feeling, that they wished they had lived a life true to themselves.
It's so easy to fall into that trap, too.
Absolutely.
What will my family think if I try this? What will my friends think? Yeah. And to some degree, if you were to say, hey, I just want to chuck it all and start my own business, you're going to have some pushback from people closest to you. And some of that is their own fear getting pushed on you.
That's exactly right. So we have to make sure that we're living a life true to ourselves. And the way to do that is to think about regrets. And there's two types of regrets, according to positive psychologists. The first are action regrets. Those are the things that we did that we wished we wouldn't have. And then there's the inaction regrets, those things that we wish we had done but didn't. And what we learn is that those inaction regrets are the hardest ones to overcome. We wish we had done something. We wish we had tried something, but we didn't do it. And years later, we completely regret it.
Now, earlier I mentioned chucking it all to start your own business. Now, you don't have to do that. If your family members came to you and said, hey, probably not going to, that's probably good advice. So the entrepreneur will figure out, what can I do or try without fear of loss?
Yes, and that's the key thing is entrepreneurs, and we're going to be talking about this a lot more in the weeks ahead. Entrepreneurs are people who minimize their risk. So they're looking for things they can try. Check that word out, try. Just try. I can try this with no fear of loss. So here we're talking about fear again, but I don't have a fear of losing. When we can reach that point, when we can find that thing that we can do with no fear of loss, we can move forward in full confidence.
So, do you want to create a better future? Do you want to reach your financial goals faster? We have a freebie that you can download that will help you do just that. And you'll find the direct link to it with the description of this video. We thank you so much for spending some time with us today. Until next time, here's to your big success.
Find big success at biggsuccess.com.